Hello, welcome. We're going to do a slow flow today. A lot of grounding work, really slow things down, pair our breath with our movements. So let's take a seat. You can find a comfortable seat. Maybe you want to sit on a block or you can cross your legs, maybe sit on your knees. And for this pranayama, we're going to inhale to a count of 4. Pause at the end of our inhale, and then exhale to a count of 6, 7, maybe longer. You can place hands on your belly, and let's just settle in here. Let your knees be really heavy. Think about drawing your tailbone down to the mat. We're lifting those hip bones up towards the ceiling. Shoulders slide down our back, and we soften our shoulders. Maybe you want to close your eyes here, or glance down at the floor. So let's just take a regular breath here, inhaling and exhaling. And then press your lips together very lightly. Let the teeth come open slightly behind the pressed lips. Let your jaw soften, that tongue soften towards the bottom of the jaw. And then taking the tip of the tongue, place it right behind those first 2 teeth. And we'll take an inhale through our nose and an exhale through our nose. So keeping that, let's inhale here to 4. Pausing at the top of that inhale. Slow releasing exhale. So you can go at your own pace here. Let's take 2 more breaths this way. And then returning to that natural rhythm of your breath. Let's bring one ear to our shoulder. We're going to soften the other side. Then rolling the head back, crown of the head back, lift that chin and nose to the ceiling. And then we'll roll the head to the other shoulder. And then dip that chin to the chest. Notice your shoulders, your torso, let them be really long, the spine long. Now we're going to bring one ear to our shoulder. We're going to extend the other arm. And then lift the fingers and lower. And lift and lower. And one more this way. Lowering the hand, lifting the crown of the head. Let's go to the other side. And lift and lower. And last one. And lift the crown of the head, lower that hand. We're gonna inhale our arms up. Bringing our palms together, let's exhale, hands at heart center. Really press the palms, forearms are parallel with the floor. And again, inhale nice and high, reaching up, snugging those upper arms into those shoulders. And exhale. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. And lower. And last time, inhale, lift. And lower. And let's change the leg that's in front. Again, lowering or softening the knees, lifting up out of those hip bones. We're gonna place one hand on our mat, inhaling, lifting up. And then we can come over. Think about really bringing that hip down towards the mat and breathing into this curve here. We're going to take this hand on that other knee, lift, maybe we look behind the shoulder. Inhaling, lifting both arms up, let's come back to the center. And then hand on the mat, inhaling other side. Drop this hand to the opposite knee. We lift the torso, look behind. And then inhale, bringing both hands up. Exhale, hands at heart center. We're going to bring one hand to our knee, the other hand comes on top. We're gonna inhale, swinging this arm out, pause, and then exhale, slowly bring it down. We can bring that bottom palm up, palm to palm here. So inhale, follow your thumb with your gaze. Exhale, we bring this hand back. And again, inhale. And exhale. Maybe you can make it a really fluid, smooth movement. And last one. Exhale, bring that hand back. Now like a big pancake, let's switch sides. And again, we're gonna inhale, opening this arm. And exhale, bring it down. Beautiful. Now we're going to come to our back. You can draw your knees towards your chest. Let your back body soften here. Hugging your knees, let that belly fall to your spine. And maybe with every exhale, you get a little closer to the mat. A few deep belly breaths here. And we place both feet on the floor, close to our bottom. We're going to open our arms to a T with our palms up. Drop that right knee out to the side. Let it be really heavy. And bring that knee up to the ceiling. We'll drop the other side. We're going to draw the right knee towards our chest, clasp our hands underneath, drop the shoulders to the mat, and then lift those toes to the ceiling. We're going to lift and lower this lower leg. So lift, inhale, and exhale. So really slow it down with your inhales and exhales. Few more. And last one. Now we're going to lift this foot to the ceiling. Maybe we grab the foot with our hand, ankle, foot, and then drop that knee outside the torso. You can stay here. Maybe this leg that's bent, you roll onto the foot, opening that knee to the side. The shoulder is soft. Now we're going to release this foot, grab your block. We're going to cross our ankles and then roll to the top of the mat. So this is an option. Taking the block, you can lean forward. Bring your forehead to the block. So a little modified child's pose. You're welcome to stay on your back, drawing those knees towards your chest. And then sitting up, we're gonna make our way back down to our back. Draw those knees to your chest. We can rock side to side here. The right foot comes to the mat. We clasp our hands under this left leg. Again, lift as you inhale. Exhale, we lower. Leave that foot towards the ceiling, grabbing either the foot, the legging, the calf, and draw it down outside the torso. This knee can stay straight or bring it out to the side. A few more breaths here. And last one. Again, releasing. We're going to cross our ankles. This left foot is on top. Grabbing your block, we're going to roll to a seated position. Take that block and we can come forward. Modified child's pose. Maybe you want to breathe into these back ribs here. Slowly bring yourself up. And again, we're gonna come down to our back. We're gonna stay on the mat a little bit longer. Draw those knees towards your chest, and we can rock side to side here. And then placing your feet on the mat close to your bottom. Arms out by our side, palms up. We're gonna slide this foot down till it's extended, and then we'll slide that heel back up. And again, slide as smooth as you can get it. Mine's sticking. And bring it up. We have two more this way. Slide. And last time, let's inhale as we slide it. Exhale, drop back to our bottom. Other side here, sliding as we inhale. And exhale, drop back. And inhale, lengthen. And back. Two more times this way. And last one. And draw those knees to your chest. We're going to bring our legs out to a tabletop. So the calves are parallel with the floor. We're going to toe tap one leg, bring it back, and drop the other. Think about drawing your belly button in towards your spine. And one more each way. Hugging those legs. Maybe you want to rock side to side here. Let those back muscles soften. We're going to grab our block. We're going to place it right between our feet. So holding the block with your feet. Arms out by our side. Now we're going to lift the block and lower. And lift and lower. And last one. Now we'll inhale the legs up to the ceiling. And now we're going to tick-tock side to side. Try to keep those hips even on the mat. This is slower, subtle movement. Now we're gonna circle in one direction. And last one. Now that our legs are on the side, let's bend and straighten. Bring it back to the center, other side. Bend and straighten. And bring it back to the center. And then we'll circle the other direction. Find those places you may be holding on to or clenching and try to soften them. Last one. And now that we bring those legs to the side, we bend and straighten. Other side. Nice. Bend and straighten. Remove the block. Draw those knees to your chest. We can rock side to side. And then we're going to roll up to a tabletop. So we'll come to the top of the mat, swing our legs around, coming into our tabletop. In tabletop, we want our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees, drawing that belly button into our spine, and we're lifting up out of the wrists. Think about spreading your fingers really wide. Those fingertips are pressing into the mat. We're gonna drop our belly, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone. Big inhale here. On your exhale, let's round into that cat pose, lifting through the shoulders, dropping that tailbone. Again, inhale, lift into cow. And exhale, cat. Full range of motion here, so you can slow that breath down. And last one. And come right back to that tabletop. We're going to extend our right leg a little bit farther in front. Inhaling, following our gaze, following the hand with our gaze, opening up, and then we'll thread the needle. Maybe you place your cheek on the mat. On an inhale, we'll press through that palm. Bring the other palm forward. Same thing on this side. We're gonna lift the arm, follow it with our gaze, and thread the needle. Think about drawing your hips up over your knees. We'll extend that right leg long with the ball of the foot and the toes meeting the mat, lifting that knee, and then we can shift forward and bring it back. And last one, forward and back. Bring that knee down. Let's take some movement, maybe wiggle hips, shoulders. And we'll extend that left leg long, ball of the foot on the mat, and shift forward and back. And last one. And bring that knee down. We're gonna tuck our toes, come up to down dog. You're welcome to stay in tabletop. And in this down dog, let's pedal our feet here. Really bend your knees. Then we're gonna hold this for 3 breaths. Think about drawing that belly button up towards your spine. You can have a soft bend in your knees. And then a slow walk up towards the top of the mat, coming to a fold. Your feet can be about hip width apart. Lift the tailbone. We'll take our hands on opposite elbows. Crown of the head very heavy. And release. We're gonna slowly roll all the way up to our mountain pose, really rooting down through your feet, stacking bones, vertebrae, lifting those hip bones all the way up to the ceiling, drawing the upper arms into those shoulders, and then exhaling, hands at heart center. Nice. We're gonna take our block, bring it right in front of the top of our mat. And coming into a forward fold, we're gonna place our hands on the block. We're gonna inhale. As we inhale, the opposite knee bends and we open. Slow balance, really press through your feet. Exhale, bring it back. We're gonna stay on this side and then inhale, bend the knee, twist. Exhale, bring it together. And again, lift. And lower. Last one, this side, inhale, lift. And lower. Nice. Switching hands, the other hand comes in the center of the block. We'll bend this other knee as we inhale. So we're stacking shoulders. Exhale, bring it back. And again, lift. And lower. And last one. And removing our block, coming into that forward fold. You can really bend your knees. Head is heavy. And then we'll inhale with our hands on our shins, halfway lift. Exhale down and fold. Stepping back with our left foot. That back foot's on an angle. We're gonna step up. Right foot forward. Inhaling into our warrior. And here maybe you wanna toe heel that foot a little farther. Really lunge into this leg. Think about this front thigh snugging into those hip creases. We're reaching up out of those arms, forearms. Really pressing through our feet. We're gonna inhale to warrior two. Our gaze is right over these front fingers. Making any adjustment, maybe you lift your heart, drop your shoulders. Then we flip this palm, really pressing through our feet. We're gonna reach long over this front leg. Pressing through that front foot. Let's reach, coming up to our peaceful. And really breathe into these ribs here. Nice curve. Coming back to warrior two. Nice. Both hands on the mat. Let's step back to down dog. You can pedal your feet. We're gonna drop our knees, do a low push-up, coming all the way down. Lifting that torso into cobra. And then coming back up to down dog. Hop or step to the top of the mat, coming to a fold. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down and fold. Rolling up to that mountain. Exhale, down and fold. Step back with your right foot, warrior on our left. And again, coming into a deep lunge. Inhale, arms up. Open to warrior two. And then flipping that palm, reaching long and up into our peaceful. Back to our warrior two. And then bringing both hands to the mat, step forward to a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. We're gonna bend our knees here, come up to chair pose. Our weight shifts to our heels. We lift those arms up. So play around with your arms here. Maybe you wanna open them a little bit wider. Maybe you want them to come a little narrower. We're going to bring our hands to our heart, shift our weight to our right foot. Step back with that left. Coming into warrior. Drop your shoulders here. And then open to warrior two. Flipping that front palm, reaching long and up into peaceful. And then we shift back to warrior two, bringing this front forearm to our thigh, coming into our side angle. Think about a nice long line from these fingers all the way down to that foot. And inhaling back to warrior two. Flipping our palm, coming forward and up to peaceful. Let's straighten our front leg. Reaching up nice and long with that arm. We're gonna reach long, keeping that length, and then come into triangle. So like we did when we were in mountain pose, and opening and stacking the arms. If you need, you can bring a block. And then both hands come to the mat. We're going to take a big step forward to a forward fold. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Bend our knees, chair pose. Hands to our heart, shift our weight to that right foot or left foot, step back with our right. Coming into our warrior. And then warrior two. Flipping our palm, reaching forward and up to peaceful. And coming into our side angle. On an inhale, lift to warrior two. And inhale up to peaceful, straightening our leg. Keeping that length, we're coming all the way over into our triangle. Both hands come to the mat. Let's step forward to a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then hands on the mat, step back to down dog. Drop our knees low, push up. And then we bring our left forearm forward. We're gonna lift that right leg. We can stay here, maybe we reach back. Grab that foot. Bringing our gaze to the mat. Pressing back to child's pose, so we're bringing our feet together, our knees are really wide. Arms can be long in front of us. And then walking our hands back, sitting up. Let's swing our legs around to the front. Coming into Baddha Konasana, that butterfly pose. We're up on our sits bones. Hip bones are up towards the ceiling, dropping those shoulders down our spine. Maybe you want to close your eyes here, just notice that pattern of breath. We'll return to that pranayama, inhaling to a count of 4, pausing, and then exhaling to a count of 6. So on your next inhale, and bring your knees together. We're going to roll down to our back. You can grab your block here. We're going to draw the knees to the chest. Let our back body soften. Let your belly fall to your spine. And then placing your feet on the floor. Let's take that block, lift our hips, place it under our hips. Option here, you can keep your hips on the block and just let them soften, or you can lift your feet up to the ceiling for some waterfall. We're going to stay here for a few minutes. lift your hips and remove the block. Again, draw your knees towards your chest, maybe rock side to side. And then extending your legs long, bring your arms above your head. On your inhale, full body stretch. And as you exhale, slide your feet to the corners of the mat. Maybe you want to place your hands on your belly, softening into your Shavasana. Slowly begin to bring our awareness back to the space. Maybe you want to deepen your inhales. Or roll your head side to side, wiggle fingers and toes. Then gently drawing your knees towards your chest, let's roll to the side, placing our palm on the floor and just taking a moment to notice this connection. And when you're ready, let's place or lift ourselves with our palm, coming into a seated position. inhaling gratefulness for this day and sharing this practice. And as we bring our hands to our heart, send some love and light to our world. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. May you go softly through this day and this week, and until we meet again, let's share the greeting. Namaste.